Welcome in collective. This is an urgent message that you need to hear right now. And I want to begin by saying that you need to stop ignoring what you already know. Okay, the answer is not outside of you. The answer is not in some faraway place. It's not locked behind a door somewhere. Okay, it's not someone else's permission either. It is already sitting in your body. It is already in your intuition. It's in your tension. It's in your restlessness. It's in your energy. It's in your knowing. You know a lot more than you give yourself credit for. And today's reading feels very immediate. It feels like something in your field has been trying to get your attention for some time now. And the longer you've been avoiding it, the louder it's becoming. You have to pay attention, okay? So if you're hearing this now, I don't think it's random. I think you're meant to pause and listen before you keep moving the way that you've been moving. What I'm picking up is that there's a place in your life where you've been settling into delay. Maybe you've been waiting on someone else. Maybe you're hoping that a situation is just going to naturally resolve itself. Maybe you've been avoiding a decision because you already know what it's going to cost you, right? Look, whatever the situation, the energy around it is no longer soft. It is pressing. It wants a response. It wants your honesty. It wants you to take action. It wants movement. And that is the urgent message. Something in your life cannot stay the same anymore. That's the heart of it. That's it. You may already feel like this is the way certain things have, like you may already feel like in this way certain things have become harder to ignore, right? A conversation, like you might keep replaying, a person who feels more distant than they actually admit. Could be a job, a routine, a habit, a relationship, a pattern that you've outgrown but you haven't fully released. There's a kind of internal friction here that says your spirit is ready to move before your outer life has caught up. And that friction is important because friction is often the sign that something is trying to shift, but you're still trying to live inside the old version of the story. You can only hold the tension for so long before it starts demanding change. And that's what this reading feels like, a demand for change. It's not punishment. It's not panic. It's a demand for truth. And I need to say this plainly. You are not being asked to have all the answers right now. You're being asked to stop pretending that you don't have any answers. You're being asked to stop looking for the answers outside of yourself, okay? Sometimes the urgent message is not to go ahead and solve everything. Sometimes it's admit what you already know and take one honest step from there. And that one step could be enough to change the entire direction of the energy here. Because for some of you, the urgent message is about a person, okay? You've been sensing that something is off. Maybe the communication has been weird or just really slow lately. Maybe, this person's effort has been inconsistent. Maybe you're feeling the emotional distance, even if no one has said it out loud. Your intuition has been flagging this for a while. And the message now is that you should not keep overriding your knowing just because the facts are incomplete. If something feels misaligned in your energies, that matters, okay? If something feels unfinished, if something feels off, if someone's energy feels half there, all this stuff matters. For others of you, this is about your own life path. You've been staying in a cycle because it's too familiar, because it's stable, because it's easier than leaping into the unknown. But stable and right are not always the same thing, right? There is an urgency here because your soul is tired of being parked in a place that is no longer reflecting the person that you're becoming. That does not mean you need to, go and blow up your life today. That doesn't mean you need to go and change, your identity and everything about it. It does mean, however, you need to start telling the truth about what is no longer working for you, because that truth is your threshold. That truth is going to be your doorway. And I also feel the need to talk about pressure in this reading because some of you have been carrying too much of it. There's this energy of pressure that's orbiting in this reading, right? There's a pressure to perform. There's a pressure to keep the pace up. There's a pressure to do well. There's a pressure to answer quickly. There's a pressure to be okay. Pressure to keep showing up in a version of yourself that doesn't fit anymore. And the urgent message is not to keep carrying what is crushing you just because you've been carrying it for so long. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself is just admit that you're tired. Sometimes the most responsible thing you can do is stop pretending you're fine when your spirit is clearly asking for your help. That's not weakness. That's awareness. And awareness is the beginning of movement. So I feel like this reading is like your energy wake-up call. Okay, it's not a scary one. It's not supposed to be a mean one either. I think it's more like a necessary one, the kind that is going to stop you maybe from your, routines, and make you ask, like, what are you doing? Where are you going? What are you projecting? What are you avoiding? What are you running from? What are you running to, right? What are you still hoping will change without your participation? Those are some very powerful questions. Uncomfortable, yes, but powerful. Because if you ask them honestly, you can no longer keep on like going on autopilot. If you ask honestly, you'll answer honestly, right? Hopefully. Look, autopilot is one of those things that this reading seems to be sort of interrupting. It's like there is something in your energy that knows the cost of delay. It's getting too high. Maybe the cost of emotional exhaustion. Maybe it's confusion. Maybe it's missed opportunity. Maybe it's a slow erosion of your confidence and your identity. Maybe it's the way you keep putting yourself last and then wondering why you feel so disconnected. Whatever the case, this reading is saying that the cost of staying in the same place is no longer worth it. It is too expensive. And that's why this message feels urgent, okay? It's not urgent because you need to do it now. It doesn't mean now, but it does mean stop waiting for permission, because the longer you delay, the heavier this energy is going to get. And that's why the energies feel so heavy and uncomfortable, because I feel that some of you have been receiving signs, but you've been minimizing them, like a repeated thought, repeated conversations, repeated feelings and patterns that keep returning. Something keeps circling back. Why? Because you haven't learned the lesson. The lesson's not finished. The urgency you feel now might be the universe trying to get your attention through repetition. The message will keep showing up because the answer hasn't been answered, like it hasn't been acted on yet. And for many of you, this is simpler than you think. So much simpler. Don't overcomplicate this. It's having that conversation. It's saying no, or maybe saying yes. It's leaving, or it's coming, or it's going. It's beginning, or it's resting, or it's pausing. It's admitting the truth. Sending that message, sending that email, making that call. Easy, right? Simple. Okay, maybe not easy, but simple. I think clarity is what this reading wants from you, right? Because when you stop dragging your feet, you begin to feel how much energy is available, like on the other side of honesty. There is so much relief here, and there is so much momentum in the energies. There's so much peace and self-respect and direction. Sometimes people think urgency is stressful, but the real stress comes from the resisting it. That's when the stress is. Once you respond, your nervous system is going to exhale, because the body knows the difference between avoidance and alignment. The body keeps score, right? For those of you being stuck in a situation with another person, I'm getting a strong sense that this urgent message could be about not over-investing where the energy is not reciprocal, okay? If someone is keeping you in suspense, if someone is keeping you second guessing, if someone is keeping you emotionally engaged, without giving you anything solid to hold on to, the urgent message is to pay attention to what that does to you. Your heart is it's not meant to be treated like a waiting room. If the energy is one-sided, it's going to drain you, because you can't carry this relationship, can't carry the weight of this on your own. And the longer you pretend it doesn't matter, the more disconnected you're going to get from yourself. And that is not your path. The urgent message is that you deserve clearer energy than that, right? If, however, this reading is about an opportunity for you, I feel like there is something you've been resisting, or you've been hesitating to begin because you're not sure whether you'll succeed. Could be a dream, could be a project, a move, a conversation, a leap of faith that keeps just hovering at the edge of your awareness. Could be an email, could be a job opportunity you keep hesitating on. The message is that waiting until you feel completely ready may keep you standing still forever. Okay. At some point, readiness is not something you wait for. It is something you build through action. Small action, honest action, aligned action, just any action, okay? Messy action, chaotic action. Look, the time for that is now. You don't need to take a giant leap if that's too much for you, but you do need to take a real step, a true one, right? A step that's going to change the energy, because the reading says the moment has arrived where indecision is no longer neutral. It's costing you. And if you can't change something, the pressure is going to continue to rise. And some of you may have been feeling extra sensitive lately. And that sensitivity is all a part of the urgency that I'm picking up for you. Like, you may be reacting more strongly to things that used to, just roll off your back. You might be craving more space, maybe more silence, more honesty, more time to yourself. Your body and your spirit may be trying to tell you that you cannot keep absorbing energy that doesn't belong to you, okay? If that's true, then a part of the urgent message is to clean up your field, protect your attention, protect your peace, protect your direction, because your energy is too valuable to just keep scattering. This may also be a moment where your intuition has been trying to protect you from a situation that your logic keeps trying to make acceptable. That happens all the time. Logic says be fair, right? Be patient, give it more time. Intuition says something is off. Trust that tension. It exists for a reason. You don't have to make a dramatic accusation or accuse anyone of anything. But you do need to honor the signal. The body rarely lies when something is wrong. Energies don't lie. And if what you think you're feeling is not wrong, then it's likely pointing you towards something necessary. That's the real message here, movement. Because when you move, the energy changes. When you move, clarity is going to grow. Okay? Clarity does not come before action. Clarity comes from action. When you move, your life is going to respond to you differently. When you move, you're going to stop waiting for proof, and you're going to become the proof, rather. I also want to say that to some of you, there's a part of you that I feel like is afraid of making the wrong choice. And yes, that feeling is real. Okay, fear is real. It can be loud, but fear of the wrong choice sometimes it's just fear of leaving familiarity. Okay, and familiarity can be a trap, especially if it keeps you in a situation that is slowly emptying you out. The urgent message is not that you must know everything right now, okay? It is that you must be willing to stop betraying yourself in order just to keep the peace, or in order to stay in your comfort zone. Peace that costs you your truth is not peace, and it's too expensive. And I think that delays the very thing that this reading is trying to interrupt. Okay, so look, let yourself, some of you may have already dropped off by now, but let yourself hear this as a loving push. Stop waiting for the perfect moment to respect your own knowing, okay? The perfect moment does not exist. The moment is now. Your knowing is already here. Your body is already speaking. Your spirit is already pressing. This is why you're here. This is why you've been attracted to this reading, right? Your body, your spirit knows. The rest is just about action, not perfection. Don't get it confused. There's a deeper layer to your self-worth here in the energies too. You've been accepting less than what you know you need or deserve, and you've been minimizing your own needs to make it easier for someone else, okay? Stop shrinking your truth just because other people feel uncomfortable about it. You're not here to disappear into the comfort of everyone else. You are here to live your life in a way that honors your truth. If that makes someone else uncomfortable, so be it, right? Living your truth is going to require self-respect, and self-respect changes everything. It changes how you speak, how you show up, what you tolerate, who you and what you attract. It's just the entire field around you. So if this reading is hitting you hard right now, good, because your spirit already knows it is time. Okay, time to act, time to decide, time to make that phone call, send that email, send that message, like time to admit, time to move on. Just time to step out of the fog and into your own clarity, okay? Here's the beautiful thing. Once you do, the urgency is going to soften, and so will the energies. Once the message is received, it's no longer, has to shout. Once the truth is acknowledged, the pressure turns into power. Once you act, the energy that was stuck suddenly becomes motion, right? And the heavy energy then will turn into momentum. The confusion that you feel is going to become direction. And that's the transformation that is available to you right now. So what are you waiting for? Just remember, you don't need to fix everything today, okay? All you need to do is one step at a time. And that's the urgent message. This message is just not here to punish you. It's not here to hurt you or upset you. And it's not mean-spirited. This message is and has found you because it could change so much more than you realize, provided you take the action. Not the actual message itself, but how you respond to the message. More importantly, how you respond to your body, because those that will find resonance with this message know that your body and your spirit has already been telling you all of this, okay? And the urgent message is urgent because it is a point in your life. Like you're at a point in your life where your life is asking for your participation. Enough observation and more participation, okay? Stop observing, okay? And if you're going to participate, don't say later, don't say eventually, but do it now, okay? Let the truth land and just move accordingly. And that is the urgent message. It is an invitation. This is your moment, okay?